Hey guys, it's SF, and as you can see, there are 5 monsters. That means a new Hatcher commentary. Now, this has not been confirmed, but one of the Ascension materials has been announced. So, I'm just going on a whim that it will be coming out right after Winterfest. And I would have done this a lot later when I kind of knew for sure, but I don't have time right now to do stuff like this. So I'm just going on a whim that it might come out right after Winterfest. This theme is ninjas. So we have three 5 stars and 2 4 stars, just like recent hatchers. So let's get a look at the 4-star monsters. First one is the green one, Momoi Sun. He is a power type with a lot of attack. But let's look at his evolved version. Power with over 30,000 attack, so he's on par with like 6-star monsters. But HP and speed are crazy low. His ability as Samurai Slayer L. Strike Shot is a knockup, a bastion, a knockup, and bump combo of piercing homing 6. Now for him, there's only one dungeon that he is very good at, and that is Okuta Soji. There's not much samurai descent monsters out there besides Okuta Soji or Tokugawa Yoshinobu. As for Tokugawa Yoshinobu, you need a lot of speed for that dungeon because you need to clear mobs as fast as possible, and his piercing doesn't do that much damage either way. So the homing's not gonna help, his speed's not gonna help for Tokugawa Yoshinobu. But for Okuta Soji, he is very good, especially with his attack. If you position him well, on the first bar of Okuta Soji, you can probably one-shot kill her. One-shot kill Okuta Soji with this guy. But other than that, he is kind of useless. You won't use him any other in other dungeons, especially with the slow speed. Hopefully there will be more samurais out in the future, but right now it's only Okuta Soji that he is very good at. 4-star number 2, Salto Mai. Evolve version. Drone Breaker, yeah, Drone Breaker and no gravity barrier. Stats are pretty on par with 4-star, 5-star monsters. Strike Shot becomes a piercing type, and Lock Gong Shockwave 6 for bump combo. Just like Momoi, the green Samurai Slayer, she is only good for one dungeon, and that is Nero. That dungeon had a lot of gravity barriers and drones, but unlike Momoi Sandayu, Drone Breaker is very nice for other dungeons. If you don't have a Drone Breaker and you want to have a Drone Breaker, I still think what's that? The Black Ranger, the Black Monster Ranger, is a bit better in terms of Drone Breaker, but that guy doesn't have no gravity barrier. So, I think the Black Ranger is better because he's a piercing, but I think Salto Mai is not a bad choice because she does have a strike shot for becoming a piercing and doesn't get caught by no gravity barrier, and has a very relatively high speed, and even when she becomes a piercing, 380. If you have a piercing monster, I think at least you want 350 to be okay. For bounce, you can be at least around 200, 250, depending on the monster. But that is Salto Mai. I say not bad, but very niche in terms of dungeons that she is really effective against. But an overall good Drone Breaker. So if you don't have a Drone Breaker, then she is okay if you want some variety in your box. Now, onto the 5-star monsters. First one, the fire one, Hattori Hanzo. There are two. All these 5-star monsters has an evolve and ascend. Let's look at the evolve. Ability, no gravity barrier, high speed of over 400. HP and attack not so bad themselves. Strike shot, speed up. It's a speed up, and then for a few turns, I'm not sure about the turn count. It will know like bullets. So bullets meaning like spread shot bullets, probably not laser bullets. But like spread shots, it will make them 0 against Hanzo. I am not 100% familiar with the strike shot. Maybe I'm feeding you wrong information, but it says bullets, so I'm guessing like spread shots, maybe shockwaves, but I doubt it. But yeah, and then bump combo is homing 18. Ascend version, no gravity barrier and no warp. Stats are lower than the evolve version in the HP and attack department, but speed is still up there. Strike shots the same. Bump combo of 18 homings and spread shot L3. Now I'm gonna advise you to go for the ascend version. Whether he's good in terms of general use, in terms of all the monsters, his abilities are the same as Izanami. We get the no gravity barrier and the no warp, and Izanami's bump combo is relatively better, as well as strike shot than Hanzo. But if you do happen to get him, I would say don't be sad. He is one of the few fire homing 18s in the game. So if you want to have like a homing party, like you want, there's gonna be like green scorpions in the future. So homing 18 and a fire type is not that bad. Next one, water. Kirigakure Saizo. Evolve form. Demon's Bane in the gauge of no damage wall. Stats are pretty mediocre because she's a shelling type. Strike shot is a giant laser, just like Tiger. EX laser L for the bump combo with a very high power. Ascend version, just only the no damage wall. The stats are a lot higher. Strike shot is the same. Bump combo EX laser L and a vertical laser S. The EX laser L in this one is the power is lower. It's about 2,000 lower. There's 6,000 here, and then the evolve version is 8,000 ish. Speed is pretty up there as well, but I'm going with the evolve version for this one just because of the Demon's Bane. Not very much anything to talk about, but stats are pretty low, but the bump combo is very high. But the ability of Demon's Bane is pretty good. It is a slayer for demon monsters and demon mancer monsters, so you can use her in like butterfly farming. Butterfly has mine, and yeah, she has mines, but she'll take some mines, but that dungeon has damage walls as well as Butterfly being a demon. But stuff like that. That is Kirigakure Saizo. Last one is Sarutobi Sasuke. Let's look at evolve version. Evolve version, no warp and no damage wall. Very high speed of over 400. Strike shot is a speed up and power up. So a speed up on a 400 speed character is very, very fast, especially on a piercing. So if you are in line, like in a vertical or horizontal line for the boss's weak spot that would do a lot of damage. Vertical laser L for the bump combo. Let's look at the Ascend version. Demi-Human Slayer. Stats are about the same, I think. Pretty much. The Ascend version has better stats in terms of HP and in terms of all three stats actually. A strike shot is bash and a knockup. Bump combo vertical laser L and spread shot L3 as the sub. Now, this one you can kind of choose between the two. This one is a little bit more. This one's more niche. Not a little bit more. This is really niche. There are some demi-human descent monsters like Lilith. Kushinada is a little bit iffy, but he won't be terrible in that dungeon. But what else is there? Can't really name some on the top of my head. I think Momotaro, you can use it in Momotaro, although there's a lot of gravity barriers, so not really sure. But piercing type with 400, around 400 is not bad. The evolved version is more of a general purpose use. If there's no gravity barriers in those dungeons, then he is a very nice choice. No warp, no damage wall, okay stats, and then strike shot and bump combo is there. He is basically in those dungeons a filler type. So fill in, not like a monster that's not so bad but not so good. Just basically he has the abilities to be somewhat effective in those dungeons but not really like carry a team. So most people go for the evolved version, but the Ascend version is more niche. The evolved version is more of a general purpose use. So if you don't need like the no warp and the no damage wall, then you can go for the Demi-Human Slayer. You can probably take him to Kushinada, but I would advise it. Izanami is way better, but it is your choice. Now, like I said, whether this will come out after Winterfest is a big question mark. I'm doing it because I don't have time next week. Hopefully, I don't think, depending. So, and I did see that the event quest of Inugami is up. So those are Inugami is the ascent material for this series. So, as previous experiences of NA releasing announcing events and then the Hatcher afterwards, I think the Ninja series will be coming up next. In terms of my ranking, so number 1 is Salto Mai Sasuke. Number 2 is Hanzo. Hanzo and Salto Mai Sasuke are kind of neck and neck in my mind. Number 3, Kirikakure Saizo. 4, Salto Mai Shuri. Number 5, Momochi Sandayu. Now, there's another thing I want to tell you is that series of ascent materials, there is Jiraiya. Jiraiya is the ascent material for Hunter King. So this series, Jiraiya, once you get Jiraiya, then you have all the ascent materials for Hunter King. Whether that actual ascension is coming up or not is a big question mark, but something to hoard and to keep in your box until the ascension comes so you can ascend them right away. But that is it for me. I'm trying to keep it as compact and informative as possible. The last time I did over like 30 minutes talking about it was pretty in-depth, but I think it was a little bit too in-depth. But if you want it to be a little bit longer, then like want me to talk about more in detail what stuff does and what stuff doesn't, like what stuff is, especially there are new gimmicks and new strike shots and stuff like that, then comment and I'll see if I should go into really more detail and make it like super long or keep it compact for people that don't want to watch or listen to a 30-minute video of me talking about monsters that maybe you might not even roll. So that's it for me. In terms of overall effectiveness of this series, like in terms of the overall monsters in the pool, these are not the best to help you get started. These are not really to enhance, like to power up your box. It's more for variety. If you want more variety in your box to tackle different dungeons, then this series is pretty good. So you have like really good carries like Margaret's, Arthur, Zeus's, Teenies, like those kinds of monsters. Then these are not bad to have. Yeah, these are not bad to have. These are pretty much for variety. But that is it for me, and I hope to see you guys next time. And please subscribe and comment if you want like longer, detailed videos or shorter compact videos. And I'll see you next time. Bye.